What's up, guys? Today I want to give you Fiverr tips. So Fiverr has is really a good platform where you can connect, where you can sell your skills. Fiverr is the one thing that changed my life because um, being in Kenya, and then we are so many people, so many people finish school, so many people with big credentials, but no job opportunities. Fiverr is the one platform that you need. This is where you can earn very good money that you can make a livelihood from. So I think that is why I'm creating this video to show you what are all that I know and I've learned from Fiverr, because I've been on Fiverr for almost 4 years, working for another person who was close to me, and also having my own account. And I want to give you secrets how you can maintain your account, how you can keep your account safe, how you can get jobs, how you can be able to sell your skills, on Fiverr. So making $100,000 is a piece of cake in Fiverr, and that is around let's say a million Kenya shillings. So you can easily make 1 million Kenya shillings on Fiverr if you have a good flow of jobs. So I want to switch. This is my account. Right now I'm in buying mode. I I will switch to selling. Let me first switch to selling. Um, you can see my account. I'm a level 1 seller. Here is my. Let me show you this. I'm a level 1 seller. Here is my rating, success code, and response rate. So when you move to level 1 after you make at least $400, and after you attain all these. That is the only qualification, and you can see the other qualifications. So I've made at least $680 as I have one order in queue. I have one order in queue, and it's about $100. So I'm almost getting to $1,000. That is about 100,000 Kenya shillings. Also, you can see my clients. The first thing is how do you get clients on Fiverr? Because the competition here on Fiverr is very tough. There are so many millions of people working on Fiverr. Whatever you think, whatever service you're going to offer on Fiverr, you'll find thousands of more people offering the same service, and different gigs and different names and different logos. So how do you get clients on Fiverr? But before you get there, how do you create a Fiverr account? You need to know what you need. You need only your email to create a Fiverr account. You need at least to know what service you'll be providing if you want to be a seller on Fiverr. And also, when you're creating an account, Fiverr will ask you, do you have a business? Never say no. Say you have a business. Let me ask you business number or something like that. I'm a certified site supervisor by the National Construction Authority here in Kenya. So that I use the certificate. Although I don't work much on the field, I use my NCA certificate and certificate number and So I was able to create this account, which I can now be able um, to take gigs from across Europe, US, and all those. So after you've created your account using your email, your ID, and you have verified your location, you have verified your identity, and all that, how do you keep your account safe? You might be working one day and all of a sudden you receive a notification, your account was terminated, and maybe you are even innocent. So you need to know Fiverr terms of service. You need to know all Fiverr's terms of service, and some are very serious. For example, sharing your contact. Someone might share their contact, but don't fall into that temptation of giving back your contact. And you may notice some of them may stay without having their account terminated, and some of them immediately they give your contact. You see, this buyer can no longer be contacted because the account was terminated. So never share your contact. Some people share in contact in some way, but Fiverr will catch up with you. You need to be careful about that. How do you rank your gigs? For example, if I can switch back to buying, let me switch back to buying. Um, my gigs are mainly on structural engineer, design. These are my competitors. Um, I'll just I'll just copy this and search it. So you will see some gigs are on the top. Some gigs are not nowhere to be seen. How do you rank your gigs? So you can see these gigs. This one now is mine, because if you can see, this is my logo and this is my logo. The first way to rank your gig is to have order in queue. What I mean, if you have any order in progress, if I check this guy, Norman Ali must have an order, must be having. He's offline. Is he having any order in queue? Let me check. I'm not sure. Okay, Norman Ali currently doesn't have any order in queue, but I currently have one order in queue, and maybe that's the reason why my gig is currently on the top 4. Okay. These 6 orders completed. Must be showing somewhere that I have an order in queue, but if I switch back to selling here, you'll notice I have one order in queue because it has been delivered but not complete. So any order in queue will shoot your gig. If you are the last and you get any order in queue, your gig can be moved to the first. You see. So the first way is to have order in queue. The second way is refreshing. You should be refreshing, and the way I refresh is I switch to selling. Search where my gig is, and currently is my title is I will be your structural engineer UK US for design of timber steel. So I search that title, and then I search the page, because your gig might not be on the first page, as you can see mine is right now, but you search whichever page you are currently, and you start refreshing that page. If you do that way, if you keep on refreshing, you can either refresh manually by just doing that, or you can use AI to refresh. You can use auto refresh. One of them is called is it easy auto refresh? This one here. You can use extensions. You can download it online, search easy auto refresh, download it and install in your Chrome or your browser. Then you will be refreshing, and then every time you refresh, you will be seeing the ranking of your gig, and refreshing will be helping to rank your gig. You can see you need that's the second way is to stay online. You need to stay online. This can be achieved if you have your laptop and your mobile phone. So one way, mobile phone is very important when it comes to Fiverr, because after you download, mobile phone, you carry it daily. You carry your mobile phone daily. It's always on your pocket, and so you always be online. And whenever you are texted by a client, you can be able to respond on time, because you have your mobile phone, you have your mobile app. So, for example, I might be able to show you my mobile phone. I'll start recording my mobile phone, and if I go to my mobile app, you can just go to the Google Play Store and download Fiverr. So here is my Fiverr. I'm always online. Make sure you have the right settings. So this is my mobile phone here. This one. Make sure you have the right settings for your Fiverr. For example, you should have setting in a manner that anytime a client or a new client, or you have a new message, your phone will be able to make some notification where maybe it's vibrate or sound notification, so that you can be able to know that this one is specifically from my Fiverr. So you need to go and search other videos on how to make those settings. The other thing is, on Fiverr, you need to have your niche, because I'm a structural engineer, and also structural engineering is my niche. Although I can do architectural project, I'm not an architect, I'm a structural engineer. So that is my niche, and those are my gigs, and that is the kind of service that I offer, because I can be able to easily deliver my client's project in a way that I'll be able to satisfy their needs and to complete their projects successfully with all requirements covered, because I am a structural engineer. So you need to offer quality service. Make sure you try as much as you can to ask or request your client to give you a good rating. You can see here I have 5-star. I have 3 of them. From one of them is from US. I think 2 from US and 1 from UK. So you can see these ratings, also contribute to the ranking of my gigs when a buyer comes to search who they can trust with their project. Most of jobs maybe from UK or US. So you need to know most of the UK jobs are mainly timber or steel. So from UK, most of the jobs sometimes might be not timber, but let's say not timber, but let's say, for example, concrete, reinforced concrete. But from USA, it's mainly timber. So you can see this guy, his gig, the way he represents, and I'm going to change this immediately. The way you can see his gig here is clearly showing that this guy does what we call timber design, and you can see he has 115 orders completed. So this guy has already made his million plus, if you can say it in Kenya shilling. here in Fiverr, this guy has made a lot of money because these are a lot of orders, and I'm sure some you get good money, some will you undercharge. But the good thing about Fiverr is you're dealing directly on the with the client. There's no broker. Sometimes someone might come and broke you on Fiverr. You're not going to refuse to work. You're going to work, but you know the broker is not going to pay you as much as if it is the direct client who maybe has a project. So you have set a certain amount for doing structural drawing. He's looking for a structural engineer. He has decided that he's going to look for a structural engineer here on Fiverr. So that's why you get lucky and get paid some good amount of money and make some good amount of money. Um, this guy is a top Fiverr choice. Clearly, his gig shows he does timber, and I know a lot of jobs come from the US. So these the other thing you need to know is this is it called the image, this logo. Your logo should clearly show what you are doing. So my logo currently, this is the wrong logo. Okay, this logo also I will need but you can see this is not even a logo, it's a video. But it looks like an AI generated video, something like that, but doesn't clearly show what this guy does. But okay, this guy offers videos consultation. Okay, yeah. So you can see this guy has a lot of gigs. Maybe because of here. Let me check. Um, he has completed 469 orders. All right. So for me, I'll need to change. I'll need to look for one of my one of my project from US, which are mainly timber, and I'm going to insert that there. Maybe I'm going to know later. I'm going to decide which image to use. This is the current project just from here, from Fiverr. And I will need to change this because most of my jobs are timber. So putting an image which is showing reinforced concrete, I think does not represent me well. And I think that is why I'm not getting a lot of work because Fiverr I've been silent for a while here. But you know, this gig is new. It's not like this guy. This guy, I think, is his account is old. It's very old. This account is just barely 1 year old. But you can see I'm already at the top. So I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and I know what needs to be done. Okay, maybe if with some time I can be able to get to this level. I've completed 6 orders. I have 1 order in queue. I'm level 1 already. I'm 5-star. This is my gig. All right. So bring more clients to this page, promote this service, and gain more visibility via Fiverr. No, I'm not going to do that. But that is another option that Fiverr offers. You can start promoting your gig at a small charge. Okay. So I think Fiverr is one thing that changed my life and gave me a platform where I can sell my skill because things on the ground are not as many people seem because I'm a graduate. I have all the credentials that you can look for. I have all those A's, but sometimes things or life situations get difficult and things are put in a way that you cannot just go and make it through like that. So you have sometimes you need to find your way. Sometimes you need to go your way and not follow what is just the path that is just designed and is there that many people follow. You have to follow a different path to make it, and maybe Fiverr could be one for you, and or any other online business. There are many platforms like Fiverr, but I like Fiverr because you deal one on one with the client, which gives you that chance to make good money. So you can make good money here on Fiverr. So apart from those, I think is there anything else missing? Is there anything else missing? I think maybe I can just touch on how you create your gig. What is your gig? So for example, if I switch back here, if I switch to seller, I'm already a seller. If I go to dashboard, after you become a seller, you are allowed to create gigs. All right. So if I come here to my businesses, let me start business. All right. The page is hanging. So you need to know how the title of your gig should clearly or explain the kind of service that you're offering. The description should be clear. All right. I was missing on how to keep your account safe, and I said don't share contact. Some client may give you their contact, but don't give your contact back because your account will be terminated. They are not going to be affected. You're the one who's going to be affected because this is your gig. This is where you make a livelihood from, and your life is going to be affected. So if this it has accepted, I'll go to gigs. If you go to gigs, you will see impressions. If you have impressions, it means clients, are getting attention to your gig. If you have clicks, it means clients are not only getting impressed with their gigs, they are clicking. Okay, and our clients need to be impressed and to click your gig to be able to text you so that you can be able to negotiate so that they can decide whether or not to place the order. And most of the time, when a client clicks your gig and texts you, that order will be yours. So you need to know how to communicate with the client. So most of the time, it's like I'm trained. I know how to communicate with this client. You need to be polite. You need, you need to use these golden words. Thank you. Uh, how may I assist you? You need to know how to communicate with the client. So you are the one who you are doing so many things. Maybe you are the structural engineer, but also you are dealing with clients. So you need to know how to deal with clients. So these are my gigs. I'll be a structural engineer, UK, US. My impressions are very. I don't have much. Most of the times these are in thousands. So it means I'm not performing very well. My clicks are 11. Here I have 3 clicks. I don't do much of architectural design. Impressions are low. Video editing, this one I posted because I may confuse my client. They think I'm not professional because this one is totally unrelated to the other. But if I am a structural engineer and an architect, so I think if as some client maybe turned off by this, they think maybe you're just some guy who doesn't know what they are doing, because I want to do also video editing, but I decided to post it. So the way if I go here and edit, I'm talking about this gig title. You need uh, to make sure you have the correct data here, the correct service type, the correct category, and search tags. You have to have the correct search tags. When it comes to pricing, I would not prefer to overcharge or undercharge. Most of the time, clients come to Fiverr because they want cheaper services. So if you can make 10,000 out of one, I think that is okay. So there is no point of overcharging the client, but also don't undercharge. Like, you don't know the next time you are going to get a job. Maybe you get that job, the client is capable of paying you, and then you undercharge too much. That may even turn away some clients because they think you're someone who doesn't know what they are doing, because you don't know the correct price of your service. So you should not charge so low or so high, because both of that is going to turn away your clients. You can see my basic is 60, 150, 200, but it depends. Sometimes, most of the time, I ask the client what is their budget. I don't go to give my price. I ask the client to suggest. Maybe the client is willing to pay good, so the client may say, "Oh, my budget is $500. The project is not even difficult, so you'll be lucky there." But if you are fast to state your price, then the client is going to keep the rest of the money to himself. The other thing is description. You need to have the correct description which describes the service that you are doing. etc. The gallery, this image, the image that you use here, this one is so important. So here I'm going to browse. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this right now. Um, I'm going to add one of my image. So I'm looking for go to desktop. I want to change that image right now, because most of my jobs are not structural, but I would say are not reinforced concrete, but timber design. So because most of my job are from US and are timber design, I'm going to change to that. I want to look some images from maybe this drawing here. I'm not sure which image to use. Okay, I will do this. Maybe I can do this later. I can do this later, because I need something that can impress my client so that they can click on my gig and give me the job. All right, so maybe this Baba house duplex. I can look for something like Union House, Union House, Union Avenue. I want Union Avenue. I want Union Avenue structural plans. Maybe I can use this one here. I'm going to generate that image from here from Adobe, and then I'm going to use that instead of that reinforced concrete, because I don't do reinforced concrete most of the time. Most of the time I do timber design, and so that is what I'm going to use here. And so this one I'm going to export. Maybe should I export the foundation or the second floor framing? So I'm kind of confused. I can export this one. I'll export to my desktop. And then I can add some PDF which shows my structural calculations. Now, when the client comes check on my gig, my image, you see this is what I want. This is exactly what I need, and then they don't have any doubt when they are placing the order or they are clicking and messaging you, because they know they have the right person. So I'm going to do this one right away, right here, before I can maybe end this video. I'm going to put it to my computer. Choose I want to put it in my desktop, sorry. So House Union Plans, and then save it. House Union Plans, save it. Then I can just edit or change this image. I hope it's the foundation, because that is what I need. Now, this is not the foundation. I want to close this one. The wrong page. Maybe I can do this. I can do this later, because it's making my video so long, and I don't like that. I don't want that. Okay. I don't want my video to be too long. So guys, that will be it for this video. If you like, please subscribe, share. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.